Hello, everybody. How are we doing? All right, we are live. All right, sorry for the technical issue. I'm just going to do a sound check. All right, I can be heard. All right, let's make sure you guys can see me as well. Amazing. How's everybody doing today? My name is Ruan Kutsia, and I'm one of the facilitators here at Innovision. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you're watching us live, or even if you are catching us on replay, it's so awesome and amazing to have you here. So today we are going to just briefly touch a bit upon stress and how it influences us and our decision making. So it's very common in our daily life to experience stress in different levels. Now, one thing about stress is that it's 100% caused by our emotional state, right? It's the choices that we make of how we show up which determines the level of stress that we experience. Now, it is possible to experience a Zen type of state where you do not experience stress as much as the average person does. Now, doesn't mean there is something wrong with you if you do feel stress. Stress is also a catalyst to help us make moves and shifts much quicker. So it is very important to look at stress not as a bad thing, but as something that we can control. So when we do not keep tabs on our stress levels, it's so easy to get carried away and allow that emotions to really influence the decisions we make in the now moment, and also how it catalyzes and how it really influences us and the experience we are having. So when it comes to managing stress, a lot of people have their own methods of dealing with stress. Some cope with stress through stress eating, some do it through smoking, some does it through all different ways of media, right? Some goes and watch endless videos on YouTube or Facebook or TikTok or whatever, just to get that spark of dopamine. It's like, okay, yes, I'm feeling a bit better about myself, but then once that chemicals deplete, then the stress just comes back full blow, and then we're back to square one. So today I want to talk about and take us through a small exercise that we can consciously practice to help reduce the effects that stress has on us and how we show up once we experience stress. Because once we experience that emotional state, then we really need to do something about it, or it's going to do something to us. And that is unfortunately the hard truth of the matter. So what happens when stress really takes root and it runs wild with us, right? We experience, we got aggression coming up, we got agitation, we got sense of not belonging because you want to be somewhere else. That's usually what stress causes stress as well, because you know you need to be somewhere but you're still here, and you need to be at point B but you're still at point A, and there's like so much to do in the middle and there's so little time, and it's just at the stress, and the pressure just builds until you finally boom, snap, you pop, you explode, you bite people's heads off, everybody's against you, but meanwhile it's you against yourself. Right, so today we're going to talk about breath work and how it relates to stress relief, right, instead of adding to the stress. Now, you can use breath work to induce intentional stress within your being, and that you can use to really recreate or reset actually your nervous system and reprogram your brain so that you function on a better level, and your resilience towards stress is much stronger and better. So when it comes to the breath work, it's quite simple. You want to put your body in rest and digest. So the breath work sequence as follows is always you want to double the amount of exhalation as your time that you took in with your inhalation. So for instance, if you breathe in for 4 seconds, you want to breathe out for 8 seconds. Alright, so you always want to double your exhale than what you did with your inhale. So what you do that is you sending a conscious signal to your heart and to your body that you are going into rest and digest and that everything is okay. Now if you want to put your body in stress mode, you want to do the complete opposite. You want your inhale to be longer than your exhale. So it's like right? So then you go into hyperactiveness. Then that's when you give your body energy and you go, and it causes that stress. Your heart starts beating faster and it will cause cascading effects for upcoming events during your day. So when it comes to stress, it is important to first become conscious of your breath, and how we can do that is just by kicking it off with a nice box breathing, which is 4 inhales in, hold for 4, exhale for 4 seconds, and then hold again at the bottom for 4 seconds before you take another 4-second inhale, and repeat the process as you go along. So you want to do that for a couple of breaths, probably about 3 or 4 rounds that you want to do that for before you kick into the short inhalation through the nose and long exhalation through the mouth for double the count of the inhale. So once we do this, you set your body up, you lay the foundation by becoming consciously aware of your breath and really tapping into your body and anchoring it in and really just being present in that moment. And once you are able to do that and then you initiate the rest and digest, then you're able to really take control and become a conscious creator of your reality. And yes, it's circumstances in life isn't always easy to deal with, but you can and should choose how you show up and react to these situations that we do not have control over. So once we do and do take control, then you build trust with yourself and your being, and you cultivate that relationship. And the more we do that, the more quicker we'll be able to tap into different states of being. So you won't go on the first day, boom, all right, I'm super chilled. Yes, no, it's training. Breath work is all about training your body and your brain and heart coherence, and also how you show up for yourself. So yeah, it is so cool. Hello, thank you for watching live. So good always to have people watching live. Drop a comment and let us know where you are tuning in from, and yeah, it is always so cool. Alright, so I'm just going to take you through a quick breathwork session. Today's live won't be that long. I did have technical issues which cut our time short for today, so I do apologize for that. So without further ado, let's kick back and just relax a bit and bring our state of being from a state of stress or to a hyperactive level to a nice, calm, relaxed state, so that we can make better decisions and just have a much more room to observe and get a different perspective on whatever we are dealing with. Alright, so I invite you to take a nice deep breath in for 4 seconds, and in, breath in, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, and exhale for 2, 3, 4, and hold for 2, 3, 4, and inhale for 2, 3, 4, and hold for 2, 3, 4, and exhale for 2, 3, 4. Now the next in-breath, I invite you to take a nice deep breath in through your nose for 4 seconds. So take the deep breath in now. 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take a deep breath in for 4, and exhale for 8. Deep breath in for 4, and exhale for 8. Deep breath in for 4. Excellent, and exhale for 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And take another deep breath in for 4. And exhale for 8. And just continue this cycle as you feel into your body, and just relax your neck, relax your facial muscles, and just continue to breathe in for 4 and exhale for 8. And if you want to, if that is too long for you, breathe in for 2 seconds and release for 4 seconds. If you want to do it a bit faster, you can do 1 second in and 2 seconds out, but we do prefer or recommend 2 seconds in, 4 seconds out, or 4 seconds in and 8 seconds out. So just continue the cycle and keep on relaxing. Roll your shoulders forward, back, open up your being, right? Feel that energy that's created. And take a deep breath in for 4 and release for 8. Beautiful. And just continue that cycle and feel into it as it really allows us and expands our own beingness, and really feel how that relaxation starts to flow in and your body settling into its natural position. Just continue breathing in for 4 seconds and out for 8 seconds. Or whatever, if you want to do 3 seconds in and 6 seconds out, that's also perfectly fine. So when we breathe like this, we stretch the amount of breathing that we do per minute. And if you really are so stressed and that you don't know what to do next, take that breath in and try to have 4 breaths per minute. Right? Usually we take 11 to 15 breaths per minute. If we can slow it down to 4 breaths, your body will be in such a relaxed state that you are able to really show up as a different, different being, but in a different state of being. And it is so important in our daily life to really take time to breathe and practice and create the momentum and the pathways within our being to really deal with stressful situations. Because one thing we know, we'll always face challenges and different scenarios will pop up that we need to face. And if we're just going to go in guns blazing, we don't know, because what we do know is every action has a reaction, right? So how are you going to react? If you're in a stressful state and you react to something, what is the effects going to be? What's the reaction going to be for that? So it's really important that we take that into account into how when we show up. If we're going to show up as like, okay, this person done this to me, this how can they do this to me? It's against what I believe, right? It's all about self-centeredness and me, myself, and I. When we can stop and breathe and say, okay, how can I show up that will be the best outcome for everybody involved? That is number one secret of the universe. Once we tap into that, then we are able to literally have an experience like none other. If we're just going to focus how I'm feeling, what this person did to me, and how can they do this, I'm sorry, the path is very dark that lays ahead, right? So once we are able to shift and bring more expansiveness, it all comes down to who we are. If we realize the law of one, that everybody and everything is connected. If I'm being rude to this person, I'm being rude to myself, and it's doing damage to myself just as much as it does to that person and to the collective, right? So stress, everybody feeling stress, it adds to collective stress, and once you are being driven by stress, you are tapping into that collective. Sorry about that. The dog also wants to come and give an opinion. But yeah, when we show up, when we are in a stressful state, we tap into the collective consciousness of the accumulation of all the stress being felt, right? And then that acts like fuel to the fire, which we then add. It's a constant spiral of effect. So really start doing some breath work and train your body how to handle stress, because we know that stress will pop up eventually, and if we know how to deal with it, we are able to approach life a bit differently than we would have if we didn't have the necessary training, right? And nobody else can do the training for us. We need to do it for ourselves. So to kick it off, just to recap the exercise. So start off with 3 to 5 box breathing, 4 seconds in, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, then hold again for 4 seconds, and then breathe in for 4 seconds and repeat that cycle. Just go 4 seconds, 4 seconds, 4 seconds, 4 seconds. That will also completely slow down the or reduce the amount of breaths that you take per minute. So it's really, really fascinating how it all intertwines and works together. So once you're done with the box breathing, you can then kick into rest and digest state of breathing, and that is basically in for 4 seconds and out for 8 seconds. The reason why I prefer 4 to 8, it prolongs the breath throughout the minute, so you do breathe less per minute. So it's really fascinating and very interesting once we start experiencing and playing with different breathwork styles and see how it affects our body, so that whenever we're in a state, if you're in traffic and you're feeling that, okay, everybody's just crowd, you feel boxed in and you're stressed, you're late for work or late for that meeting, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it, but you're still building up like a pressure cooker, and it's like adding to it. So instead of adding fuel to the fire, take the pot off the stove, put the stove off, take nice deep breaths, center your body, and get into rest and digest state of being, right? So that you can show up, even if you are late because of traffic, you won't be a wrecking ball going in there so full of stress that you might even forget your words for the meeting or whatever you were work so hard to get to present at the meeting. But once you took that time, instead of being a pressure cooker, and really focus on your breath and really calm yourself down and collect yourself, you're able to show up much better than what you would have. You would be more confident, you'll be at ease, and the other people around you will feel your calmness, and it will also calm them down on a subconscious level as well, because we are all connected. And if you come in there like a wrecking ball, so stressed out, you're going to make everybody else stressed out, because you are also tapping into the collective as well. So that is my bit for today. Thank you so much for tuning into another session of our weekly lives on Inner Vision Transformation Journey. All right, if you guys would like to like this video, please subscribe. We go live almost every Thursday unless something pops up. And also I want to invite you guys, we do have an amazing Wednesday mastermind, open mic mastermind. The link will also be in the description below if you want to go check that out. Also sign up if you guys haven't already. The link to sign up to Inner Vision Transformational Journey will also be in the description below. And we always appreciate you. We thank you. Thank you so much for showing up live, and if you're watching the replay, thank you so much for sticking it out all the way through till the end. You guys are amazing. You guys are rock stars, and I will see you guys when I see you. Till then, live long and prosper. Take care. Bye for now.